Hey everyone, it's Deb here from Deb's Greenhouse.
And Michael from Haiku Greenhouses.
And today we're going to talk about fertilizer for the home garden.
Yes, and we talked briefly about it last week, that we said we would follow up this week, and here we are.
Here we are. So we get questions daily, multiple questions daily about what kind of fertilizer do we use, what do we recommend. This is a video that we're going to answer all those questions.
We hope.
We're going to start with the way that we plant. So when we plant something, we put slow release fertilizer into the basket at planting time.
And what slow release fertilizer is they're little beads that dissolve over time. We buy the green 6-month formula so that we can add it to the basket and give you enough length for the growing season at home.
For all of our containers, we always sprinkle in slow release. We use the green beads here because it comes in these huge bulk bags.
Yes.
It's super heavy.
That we get from our supplier.
Yes.
And if you're a commercial greenhouse watching this section, then of course your favorite supplier will have some form of slow release fertilizer.
Right. So for the fine information, this is ProHort Professional Horticulture. It's 16-6-12 hanging basket mix, and I get this from Evergrow. Evergrow Nutrient is our supplier here in Central Alberta. It's a good product. It works good. It does the job. I've been happy with it. So
and it doesn't burn, right?
It doesn't burn the plant. So we can put this on the top. It's not going to burn the leaves of the plants. I've used other brands when I ran out in a pinch, and it did burn the leaves. And I was surprised because I've only ever used the professional stuff.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the green beads in our videos because we use the big bags of it.
Yep.
But for you, the home gardener, we have this available in retail packaging. It's called Garden Pro Slow Release Hanging Basket. And the numbers on here are 14, 14, 14.
So it's an even amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which represents the 3 numbers.
Yeah, so this is just yellow beads, and we could have used this instead.
Yep.
But we go through a lot of it, filling thousands of hanging baskets, so we get the bulk amount. That is not available to the home gardener, the bulk bags. The retail packaging is what's available.
And we think that you will be able to use it for several years in an average garden. So if you're planting something and after done planting, you put it in a safe place, like a dry place where it can't get too much moisture.
Yeah.
In your garage, whatever, it can freeze. That's no problem.
Just keep
as
it
long
dry.
as it stays dry.
And it does have the recommended amount for the size of your basket on the side here.
And Scotch wants to be in the video as well.
Oh, Scotch.
Hi, Scotch. Hi, everybody.
So this is what we do at planting time. We only use it at planting. We don't put this back in later. So if you've already purchased a container, you don't use this anymore. If you purchase one that's fully done, if you're planting your own, use this at planting time.
Correct.
We got it?
Okay, yeah, we got it on the slow release.
We got it. And so this will be available to purchase in our store when we open.
And pricing of it is available online.
Yeah, you can see all our prices on our website.
Yeah. When you're growing, after you've done transplanting things, we recommend that you add a liquid fertilizer as often as you can at watering time.
Right.
So there's different ways to use or apply the fertilizer. You could use a watering can.
Yes.
Or you
can
could use a hose. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could use what we call a Siphonex.
I think it's a siphon jet.
Siphon jet?
Siphon jet.
Siphon jet.
Siphon jet.
Okay. So that's this thing here. And we'll explain to you how to use this.
And you'll use that with a hose.
You'll use this in cooperation with the hose.
Right.
So you would screw this on your garden tap, outside your house, on your spigot, that comes out of your house. And then you connect the garden hose, to here, to this end.
Right.
Now what this does is it allows you to make the fertilizer 20 times stronger than what the plants need to have. So you need what we call to make a stock barrel or a stock solution that you draw from.
And this is a great solution for the home garden if you want to use the hose to water everything and fertilize. If you just want to use a watering can, I think we should start with the watering can.
Let's start with the watering can.
Let's
But
start with
at
the
least
watering
we
can.
know what we've got coming.
Yes.
So. Okay, so
Okay.
how big is your watering can?
How big is your watering can?
Yeah.
This is a 2-liter container, so we're going to measure the watering can. This watering can that I have, they're unmarked. There's no size on it. Typically, well, I don't know if watering cans usually say how big they are.
I don't know.
I don't want to spill that. Okay, so that was 2 liters. Okay, good. And 4 liters. Okay, we can probably do another 2.
So you take a container that you know the size of, and that's what you use. So that's
Okay.
6 liters.
6 liters. So you've got the Sharpie?
I do.
We're gonna write on the can 6 liters. And I do this. This is what I label everything, so I don't have to do the math again. So
Well,
6,
and then you forget, or when somebody else does the watering for you,
6 liters.
yeah, they're going to know how much is in. There it is.
So we know how big our watering can is. Now we can figure out how much fertilizer to put in that.
We prefer to use Nature Source,
We do.
which is a liquid plant food, which is derived from the husks of canola and soya beans. So
We've used several types of fertilizers over the years. What I really like about this, we use this in the greenhouse and we use it in our own gardens. We use it on every single plant, whether it's a fruit, a vegetable, a house plant, a bedding plant. What I like is that it's easy to mix. So because it's liquid, we don't have to heat up water, mix it, and then pour it into our container like we did last week with the calcium nitrate. So I think that your fertilizer program should be easy, because if it's not easy, we skip it.
yeah,
We're like, oh, we're in a rush, and we're like, oh, I'll just throw water on it. That'll be good enough. And then we skip it. So if it's a simple way to do it, that's what we like.
that's right.
If you have something already that works good for you, keep doing it. If you're getting the results you like, keep doing it. I think that you could probably get really great results with many types of fertilizer.
Yeah,
This is just
one option. Yeah.
an option. And like I said, it's simple.
The rate of this is 2 milliliters
2
per liter.
milliliters.
So let's
That's
write
a
that.
very small
I'll
amount.
write that on there too.
2 mils. 2 mils per liter. So in my 6-liter can,
Yes,
I need 12 mils.
that's right. So I have a measuring spoon here, from the kitchen, or wherever, you can pick one up. And this is 15 mils. So we're just going to fill this up almost to the top. Or if you want to get really sciencey, then you could do 2 5s, which would make 10.
I have this too.
Yeah, that doesn't go as low as this.
Oh no, this only goes down to 15.
That's right. So
Okay.
2 of these, and that's 10. And then I would do another 2, which is 12.
And this is doing it perfectly. You could just go bloop,
Yep. You kind
and
of
you
know.
might after a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So I rinse it off.
Okay.
And because it was a liquid, it is now dissolved and ready
Ready.
to use
Ready to
on
pour.
your plants.
Anything.
Yep.
And everything.
Yeah.
So it's super easy to mix it in your watering can. Now this is convenient if you aren't dragging a hose maybe to your front patio and you just want to quickly fertilize everything.
That's right.
But if you're using a hose like we do, and you're a home gardener, there is a super simple, like Michael said,
That's right.
injection system that you can set up where your tap is located outside your house, and it's pretty slick.
Yeah. Got 1 liter
1 liter,
measured out
okay.
already.
1 liter measured out. So with the siphon jet, we're going to mix the fertilizer, like Michael
20
said,
times stronger.
20 times stronger. Exactly.
This is your
this is
yours
your
is your
house.
spigot on your house.
Your outdoor.
Yeah. So you screw this on.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Screw that on tight.
Yeah, tight. And you hang this in your
Gotta get the
little bucket. Now we didn't add any fertilizer to
We
this. We will. Let's do it now.
Okay.
Okay. So in 1 liter of water, you would put in 40 milliliters. We found a small beaker, and we're going to fill this up to 40 milliliters.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 40
thank you.
mils of concentrate. We put in our what we call stock solution.
It looks like iced tea. That's how dark that is.
Yeah.
So
So now we take your garden hose.
So we've got the house, spigot, we have the siphon jet, and now this is the hose you'll be watering with the red hose.
Yeah. Yeah, the red hose. So this goes in here.
And
I'll
that
hold
goes
that.
in here.
I'll hold that. Now this would be where the water comes out.
Yeah.
It's a little tight here for the video, so we're fumbling a bit.
That's okay.
But we'll get it.
So the siphon jet comes with another part.
Yes, a very, very important part. In your package of your Siphonix will be a little water breaker with 160 holes. And it is super important that you use this particular water breaker.
Instead of this one that came with my handle.
Or the one you have. More than likely, you have a different size on your garden hose already.
And this affects the flow. So
Yes.
we need this with this, or
Yes.
it won't suck out the fertilizer correctly.
Correct.
So if you're doing this at home, I would buy a 5-gallon pail with a lid, drill a hole, and put this tube in the hole so that rainfall's
Falls
not
in.
going to go in, animals aren't going to drink the water. Not that they would, but just
No.
to ensure they don't. Now I'm just going to fill this hanging basket, and we should see, well, let's see what we see.
You could see the liquid going up through the hose, and the iced tea colored liquid. You can see that coming up through the hose,
Is it coming
and you
up?
can hear it gurgle a
Oh
bit.
yeah, I can.
Yeah, so there
Okay.
we go. Well, of course,
Getting
the
some
hose
air.
had water in it.
Had
so,
air.
Yeah, or air.
Yeah, so
And then now so as you can see, the water level is dropping in this 1 liter container, and the finished solution that is ready for your plants comes out at the end of the hose.
So it's coming.
I'll just pull it out just for kicks. You can see it clearing
Oh
up.
yeah.
You can see it, and then I hang it back in, and you can see it sucking it back up.
I don't know if you can see it, but we can definitely see it.
Yeah, and as you can see, the water level is going down in the 1 liter.
So that's how you can water with your hose and have fertilizer already in the hose
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah, if you had a hose that doesn't reach every basket, and you said, "Oh, I need to fertilize," or that basket far away, you could run some water from here into your watering can
Exactly.
and carry that to a basket that's far away, out of reach of the hose. So I mean, there's of course a million different options of how people water and fertilize, but it is important that it's easy and simple. And if you've got it set up in a say a 5-gallon pail, that you know that you have the ability to fertilize as often as you can.
And you won't have to refill this very often. If you're using something like a 5-gallon pail, you're going to have to do the math. Don't let me do the math for you. It won't be right, probably.
And if you
But then what I do is my pails, I use garbage pails for my fertilizer. I print out a sheet, I laminate it, and I tape it on the bucket. So anyone could refill that, and they know exactly how many liters to put in.
right,
That's what the package looks like. And
you have them in the store.
I do have some in store. Someone asked if I have them online. I don't, because I'm not shipping anything. You could, when we open, we'll have more in stock. We only have a few right now. You can use our click and collect system and pick it up. But our garden center is for retail, is a retail garden center for local pickup. So if you're looking for something like this and you don't live in our area, please visit your local garden center.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.